welcome back to Bluebell Island for episode 10 with me, MrSealyp. So here we are again. It's morning, 6:29. We did alright overnight. We made a little bit of money, which is good. I'm more than happy with that. The cows are doing us proud. The animals are fed. I've been around, watered, fed them. Bit of straw bedding for the pigs. But something nice has happened. We've had a phone call from the port, from the dock, whatever you want to call it, and the fertiliser sprayer's here, which I purchased and my money went down, and then overnight we made a bit of money, so I'm pretty much back up to where I was, which is pretty good. Or am I a little bit less? I'm not too sure. Anyway, I'm going to jump into the Deutzfahr, which I've changed over and put row crop tyres on. What I have noticed is my toolbox has vanished. How weird. Okay, 1 second. Where has my working toolbox gone? Okay, well I did change it over, that's odd. I have to check that in the settings next time. Anyway, right. It's been a weird few days. We've had mods and I've been on holiday and day trips, and hay fever's gone literally haywire. Last couple of days my eyes have been swollen and red and it's been hard to see, and I've been sneezing and just absolutely horrendous. That's why there haven't been any videos. Now what I was intending to do on this map, and I mentioned this a while back, was island visitors, and I was going to have people come and join me. Red Rock trailer just sitting there doing nothing. You'll see why later. And it's all gone wrong. I know it's going to sound really weird. When I did my live stream the other day, I've had a lot of people asking if I'll do multiplayer, and it's something I've avoided for a while, and I thought, you know what, I will. I'm going to do multiplayer. I set it up with my daughter. We were going to do a 2-player episode on here with a bit of a narrative to go with it. Problem I have now is that since buying my PlayStation Pro, everything's gone wrong, and I shall explain. And here's what's happening. We tried to hook up and do a multiplayer session, the two of us, and she couldn't find me on the multiplayer game menu, which was a bit peculiar, so fair enough. I sent her an invite. She accepted the invite and it came up, could not establish a connection with the multiplayer server, which was weird, and that happened over and over again. When she went on and set up a multiplayer game, she was fine. She could find other people's multiplayer games and access them, just not mine. So I then tried to access a multiplayer game that she set up, which worked fine, no problem at all. So I can only assume it's something to do with the settings on the PlayStation 4 Pro. I have been in and checked everything. I've been through privacy settings, I've been into router settings, I've been looking at IP addresses, MAC address numbers, we've looked at changing ports and port forwarding, and nothing will work. We have tried repeatedly. Every time I try and set up a multiplayer game, it doesn't appear in the multiplayer server, and if I send a direct invite, it says that it can't establish a link. So I have no idea what is going on. Now, I'm no computer whiz, so I'm not going to start fiddling around with too many settings which could potentially muck up the whole PS4. So at the moment, multiplayer looks like it's going to be out the window. I might well do a test on a live stream and do a multiplayer live stream, put the details in the description, and people try and access it. If they can't find me or can't access it, to let me know in the comments, because I really am at a loss. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know how to fix it. I've had a few people offer suggestions, most of which I've tried. I've looked online, I've been all over the place, and no, it's just not working. Don't know what's going on. Anyway, moving on. You don't want to hear my woes and complaints. The fertiliser spreader's here. Hooray! And I've got some fertiliser spreading to do first. That's my first job today. So, we need to fill this up. So let's hook up, fill up. Let's get these couple of fields done that I need to sort out. Those nice men from the mainland, or women possibly, don't know. Very kindly delivered my fertiliser sprayer. Simply because I didn't have one sitting in stock at the store on the island. So, off we go. We'll go to the old grain elevator, fill up, get some spraying done, and then the sugar beet harvest that I've been promising forever, we're going to actually do some. Pigs do need some sugar beet quite urgently. They're in the orange, possibly even in the red now. So we'll see. Anyway, the live stream went well. Good feedback, people like that. So I might stick another one in. It takes a lot for me to build up to do one of those. And then when I do it, I actually quite enjoy it. So I know, it doesn't make any sense at all, does it? Now, fertiliser side, I think, isn't it? I did say I was going to buy another big field, or another field, which I'm still intending doing. Front tank and rear tank should give me a nice bit of capacity on here. Done, brilliant. Right, first things first will be field 11. I think we put... what do we put in it? Let's see when we get there. Whilst I'm building up my manure and slurry stocks, I'm going to have to use the fertiliser sprayer and the fertiliser spreader every now and again. Someone messaged me the other day and asked me, because I'm doing it kind of old school, was it going to be an organic farm? And it's not. I'm not just going to rely on slurry and manure, unfortunately. I've already been using fertiliser spreading, like pellet type things, so it's not, I'm afraid. And someone also mentioned the fact that the TC590 is not an old combine harvester. It's not, absolutely it's not. It was a small one. It was a small combine harvester. That's why I bought it, because it fitted the map. So, and I wanted two, and I didn't want two identical ones. So that's kind of why I went with the TC590 as well. That's about the right height, I think, isn't it? So let's spray this. And that should then be the final, should be the final fertilising stage, I think. Good thing is it's not using horrendous amounts of spray, so it should last a little while. They're only small fields. The mighty Deutz marches on. I use this a lot on Drumard Farm. Really like this one. Now I'm faced with another one of those dilemmas. What's the date today? 17th of August, I believe. Yeah, 17th. And I'm kind of part way into Westbridge Hills, part way into this, and from what I understand it, the West Coast by Bullet Bill is due out the end of August, which is only going to be now what, a couple of weeks? Oops, didn't mean to jump out. Couple of weeks maximum. And I haven't really completed either of these maps. I'm kind of really just getting going on this one. Westbridge Hills, I think I'm on episode 19, I think, at this point. I would say with that, because it's taken me a long time to get to any sort of at any point where I've got enough money. They're big fields and they're expensive to buy, and you know, big machinery and that kind of thing. It's a lot harder to do than on this one. This has worked out actually very, very easy. I'm trying to get this all sorted nice and early because it's results day in the UK for A-levels, so my daughters are off to get their A-level results and they're nervous. And that is pretty much, I know I've gone over a load just that last little strip down the side, but wanted to make sure it's all properly done. So let's fold that up and check the old map, shall we? Let's zoom in a bit. We're up at field 11. So growth is looking good. Soil composition, there we go, we're on our last fertilising state. And fruit type was canola, there we go. Right, the other field I think that needs spraying at the moment is 18, I think needs spraying. Pretty sure it does. So, off to field 18, get that sprayed. And then we can sort out leasing some sugar beet equipment and get that done. I have been promising. And then maybe, if we've got enough time at the end of the episode, buy a field. Something nice and large, I think. Mind you, to be fair, there are plenty of these big open grass spaces, which if I wanted to, I could just grab a plough and plough myself a new field. There's absolutely no reason why I couldn't do that. Which is, it's an option. That field over there to the left is a fair size. So rather than spending out 120,000 or whatever it is for the largest field on this map, just plough myself one. Anyway, so yeah, it's not. I'm not just making excuses. The whole server thing and the whole multiplayer thing, I know for a long time I've been kind of avoiding it, and I kind of reached that point of thinking, you know what, I'm going to do it. And whoops, gone past. Let's go back. And it is a kind of legitimate reason now, not just an excuse, which is yeah, it's frustrating. And I'm sure people will come back with all sorts of ideas and things to try, and which is lovely if you're very, very confident with your IT. Right, let's raise that boom up a bit. How's that raising? That's weird. There we go. I'm sure it's just above the crops. Right, so you don't want to see me spraying another field. Let's get 18 done, and then we'll sort out sugar beeting. Get the pigs some sugar beet, put some in storage and probably sell some. The price won't be particularly good, but I'm not hanging around for good prices and all that. Oh, that's not good, that changed. Literally while I was spraying. Right, I'll see you in a minute. Right, I've set a worker on 18 to finish off, and I thought, well, while I'm doing that, I'll just have a quick look on the map, because if everything's just changed growth state literally as I was doing that, field 17 is ready, and I've been saying for ages that I need bales, well, straw bales as a matter of urgency. I've got silage that's now fermented, that finished fermenting overnight, and I've got a few hay bales, but straw's the one I need, straw swaths. So I'm over at field 17, which has got barley in it, and it's ready to harvest. So I said about buying a field, and 17 is one of the larger ones on the map. They want 118 for it. I could get that price down if I did a load more jobs for Natalie Johnson, but I don't want to waste the fact it's got barley in it which needs harvesting now. It's not going to be a great yield on the barley, but it's really the straw swath I'm after, so I'm going to buy it. Obviously our money's now plummeted, but that contracting I did when I went around the whole island doing everything that was available has paid off, so that can be harvested and I can get some straw swaths and I can get some bales sorted out. I can use the new square baler, can't I? Yeah, right, okay, well, so let's get back to the fertilising. I'll be finished off in a second. That will be another episode because I promised beet harvesting today, so the beet harvesting will get done. And I arrived here just in time for Helper J to complete their task. Field 3 is probably going to need a bit of a whiz over as well. It's all looking good. My cornfield, maize field, whatever you'd rather call it. Over on field, I'm forgetting all the numbers, was it field 7 I did? Did everything to the field that I could to see what the yield was going to be like. Field 5 here that I planted, we're back with sunflower, is now on its next growth stage, which is all looking rather good. Actually, let's check the map, because I think I did all the fertilising states on that. That was done, field 5. Soil composition, yep, field 7's okay, 3's what needs a bit of going over. 16 obviously has got my sugar beet in, and that's a field I own, but that hasn't been ploughed in North 17, which I've just bought. So once I've harvested the sugar beet off 16, that will need ploughing and recirculating and getting ready for the next crop, as will 17, and 9 that has also got sugar beet in it, it's going to need doing too. So yeah, there's a lot going to be going on. I have actually decided to do a bit of multitasking. I'm going to get the new Massey, I say new, the new old Massey, Massey Ferguson 27. I'm going to get that over. Let's raise that up. And get that going on field 17. This should fit through the gap, shouldn't it? And then I'll get the sugar beet harvesting on the go. So this can be doing what it needs to do while doing something else. I can put the beacons on as I am in transport, however there's not really anyone else on the island to see them, so probably a complete waste of time, but who cares? It's my island, I can do what I like. If I want to put my beacons on, I'm putting them on. It's just the way to... yeah, I think it is the other way to it. Let's open this up while I'm at it. There we go. Let's get this cracking, shall we? Straw swath should be enabled. I haven't fiddled with any of the settings, so it should be on, I hope. There we go, brilliant, so we'll get some bales. I love the fact there's dust coming out the top section where the auger pipe is as well. That detail is brilliant. Okay, right. let's crack on. Actually, this yield isn't too bad at all. This is going to fill up before the end of this field, I think. Right, so I'm finally up at the store. All sorts going on. The harvest is carrying on very, very nicely. What I thought I would do, I used the fertiliser sprayer, and the fields that I bought that hadn't had anything done to them, I've just gone over them once with the fertiliser sprayer just to give it another, see if it gives it any productivity. It should do. Anyway, I've got the Rootster 604 harvester, and I have also got the FT300, both Grimmer, I think it's Grim, FT300 Holm topper. That takes the tops off, that harvests the actual sugar beet. Now, I was going to take them both over with one tractor, but realised as well that I needed weights because I do this separately. I don't have the horsepower on the farm to run that and that off one tractor. That requires 134 horsepower, hence this, which has got 145, I believe, and that requires, I can't remember what it requires actually. What did that require? The head requires 75. So combined, I don't have a tractor that can operate both. So the Bureau, saying that, has the Bureau got, and I should have enough to operate the topper. So the Bureau will do the topping, and then I will go along with the Deutzfahr and do the actual harvesting. That's the plan. But because that's going to be on the front and that's going to be on the back of that one, I needed another weight. So I have got a black barrel weight, which I've just purchased on the front of the Deutzfahr. But what I will do is not go that way, because that's not where the road is. Wake up, MrSealyp. Anyway, I'll get this there and we'll get started. And here we are. This is why the Red Rock trailer was sitting here, because I brought it over ready for unloading. Now, for those also eagle-eyed amongst you, and there will be some, the money has gone down again, and you'll be thinking, okay, what's he done this time? So let's just jump out of here. I'll show you what I've done this time. The field directly behind us here, or above us on the map, field 20, has got corn in. I've got my field 7 over there, which I've put corn in, and that will be for a silage harvest, because I'm curious to see the difference I'll get off of that one once it's all been processed and done and all the field's been prepared. This one hasn't really had anything done to it, and this field cost 33,000, I think it was, next to nothing to buy, but I need corn for the pigs. They have got corn, but I've got none in storage, and if I do field 7 over there as a silage harvest to see the comparison, I still won't have any corn, so I purchased this. But this will, I won't be doing anything with this immediately. Corn's looking okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be another episode, because obviously I've got a harvester going over there at the moment. This one I'm doing the beet harvesting. I don't want, if I do it all in one episode, then that's it. I might as well just do one more episode on here and then do a new Let's Play. So that'll be done in another one. So let's get on with the beet harvesting. I'll get the topper going, and then I'll go and get the actual harvester. Right, let's line that up. Okay, so look behind. Fantastic. So we are topping. All the tops coming off. We'll come back along with the harvester. We can harvest. When the topper's finished here on this field, 16, I'm going to take it to field 9 so it can top field 9, and then I'll harvest field 9 off screen, because it's just going to be another sugar beet harvest. So it's going to be pointless you seeing that. You don't need to see another another sugar beet harvest, but it needs to be done, and I need to find somewhere to put this in storage. Now, I could buy the root crop storage bunker silo thing, which is 90 grand to buy. Whilst the silo is showing that we'll take grass and hay, it won't. So I have tried that, it wouldn't take any. But this will continue. I'm going to whiz over to the store, and I'm going to grab the harvester, get the harvester over here, and let's see what the yield ends up being like. I'm here, don't fret. All is good in the world. Now, this will now harvest them. I love this bit of machinery. This is very much like the compactor sugar beet seeder. I absolutely love that. It's a brilliant bit of kit. I love the machinery. I love the way it works. This is like the Holmer, not the Holmer, the Grimm harvesters. They're just brilliant. The Tektron and all those. The attention to detail, the PTOs running, the belts going all over the place. I just think it's incredible. So, what to I think operating position. Pipe out is, let me think. It's on. Everything's spinning. No. There we go, right. So we've got the belts. We have sugar beet going around the belts. Don't need that open just yet, actually. So, we are sugar beeting. At last. How many episodes have I been promising this for? Too many. Too many. I hope it's going to turn around alright. I always find it fascinating how the workers move and kind of the AI and how it's programmed and how it all works. I love it. And the yield is surprisingly good. What became very apparent very quickly was that, I say surprisingly, I don't know why I'm surprised, the sugar beet, there seems to be, well, there of course there's a lot of it, you don't get paid very much for it, so you do generally get a much higher yield from the sugar beet anyway, but it is filling up really quickly. The topping is continuing, the beacon is still flashing because it was stuck when it turned around here by the Red Rock trailer, it got stuck, so the beacon didn't turn itself off. Well, we have a full grain tank, so let's get it emptied. Yeah, so I thought I'd bring over the New Holland and empty this. Should be directly underneath it, I hope so. Let's have a look. Perfect. $6,000 litres straight away. Actually, while that continues, what I can do, let's go and give some of this to the pigs. I'm liking this Red Rock trailer, it's really nice. CD models. Cracking one. And that's what I'm loving about this map still, and I really still am loving doing this map. It's using the smaller equipment. Generally speaking, on every Let's Play, you jump up, or I jump up, whether everyone does, to the largest or the larger equipment, bigger trailers, moving more, hauling quicker, you know, because that's generally what you do. You want to sell as much as you can as quickly as you can because the price fluctuates. With this, it's all been the smaller trailers, the smaller equipment. Loving it, absolutely loving it. Finally, fill up their sugar beet. They're not going to take a lot, but is that it? Oh dear, not even 1,000 litres. Okay. Let's have a quick check, shall we? Brilliant. They do need some corn, not immediately. Barley, I'm on the case with that. Canola, sunflowers and soybeans. I think I might have some in storage actually, but I can top that up, that's not a problem. Straw, I've got swaths on the go, so I won't have a problem with the cows. They need some straw. They also need more power food at some point, which I can now do because I've got more straw bales. 53 pigs, 83 sheep. The pigs are already progressing well, aren't they? Next one in 32 minutes. Wow. Right. While I'm here, I'll stick this in storage and then whiz over and unload the next bit. Should still work. Oh, I had a trailer parked up there, but I've realised I've used that for the barley harvest on build 17. No, I'm doing it again. Why do I keep doing that? I'm not trying to fill up, I'm trying to unload. That's better. Oh no, it's not accepted there, is it? Ugh. What am I thinking? I knew that. Right, so that's right, I was going to put it somewhere, wasn't I? In storage somewhere, or just pile up in a barn somewhere. I'm thinking probably in this one here, for the time being. Okay, right, back to the field, unload again because it said it had a full grain tank again. If the topping's nearly done, I can get that then over to field 9. And the sugar beet harvest continues apace. Is it the wrong way around? Of course it is. Can I drive over that without destroying anything? It's been topped, hasn't it? I mean, technically I would be crushing everything, wouldn't I? Naughty. That topper is doing a brilliant job. Like I say, normally you would have the topper on the front, harvester on the back, one tractor, bomb, off you go. But like I say, I haven't got the horsepower. Can't do that. I like this setup. There's something more, I don't know. I don't know what the word is. Not natural, but you know what I mean. It's more relaxed. It's more sedate. What is the topper doing? I'm not sure. The topper's acting all weird. Let's go and check it out. Oh, it's done that usual thing. It gets part way. I don't know why it does that. Every field it gets certain way down and it leaves the last little bit. That's very strange. Yeah, for some reason the topper wouldn't do that last little stretch, so I've done that myself. So I'm really full grain tack again. Wow. Okay, over to field 9. I'm going to have a lot of sugar beet, aren't I? Let's over to field 9, get this cracking away. Right. Crack on. I'm in the New Holland. The Red Rock trailer's full, 17,500 litres. The harvester's full with 6,000 litres, and I've already dumped 6,000 litres, fed the pigs some, and then put the rest into a barn. And this is still on field 16. It's 16, isn't it? Yes. Keep doing that. I've still got field 9 to do. I'm going to have a lot of sugar beet. So this is going to go. I'm going to dump this into storage, and then any sugar beet from now on I'm going to sell, because that'll be plenty to keep the pigs going. This probably won't even all fit in that barn anyway. I've got to find my way back this way, I think. But that is the end of another episode on Bluebell Island. We've bought a couple of fields. We've started harvesting one. We've done a sugar beet harvest, or we're partway through a sugar beet harvest. That's the way I need to go. And everything is moving on. Crops are growing. The farm is expanding with the amount of fields I'm buying. But that is it from me for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.